Welcome back to this new inspirational video. So today I wanted to talk about a common stumbling block that people have when they want to apply Neville Goddard's teachings, and it concerns taking action. And it's a stumbling block I have actually had to face myself when I first started studying his material, 7 years ago. That's when I first became aware of his work. Before that I was already studying metaphysics in general, but Neville Goddard himself and his beautiful lectures about the power of imagination all started in 2013 for myself. And you see, I remember in many lectures how he would say that we shouldn't force anything, we shouldn't actually take any action. That's how far he went. And at first it doesn't make a lot of sense, because we live in a world where taking action is so important, or at least considered important to do. So when somebody says, well, you have a dream but don't take action, it seems like a paradox. Like, how could that help you manifest your dreams? Well, I realized the trick to it is, of course, what he also would say is to feel your wish fulfilled. Now, get that feeling as if your dream is already a reality. And no matter how much effort it would take you personally, you gotta first catch that mood. So even if you know what you want, but you don't have that mood yet, that you feel that you're already in possession of your dream, that you feel as if it's already a reality, well, then you must understand that that's the first thing you want to grasp, because I wrote a couple notes for this video that will explain this point further.
And you can change the dream. Change it by simply daring to assume that you are now what reason is going to tell you, that you're not it now, and it's difficult to imagine that you ever will be it. Forget that. All things are possible to God, and you found who He is. He is your own wonderful human imagination. That's God. So assume it, and then let it happen in your world. I'll give you a little secret. People say, I work so hard at it. The imagination will do little that we seek from compulsion. It will do little, if anything, until we have imagined the wish fulfilled. He does not move under compulsion. We have to imagine the wish fulfilled for imagination to take action. So when people will tell you, but I work so hard at it, well, that's why you're failing. If you really believe that all things are possible to God, and God is your own wonderful human imagination, and His ways are higher than your mortal level, well then, what are you interfering with that state for? Assume the end, and don't work it at all. You'll be moving under compulsion to manifest it if you simply assume it and let it be.
When Neville talks about not working so hard or trying so hard, we want to understand we simply don't want to force physical actions. We don't want to hurry or stress over the actions we should take. Instead, they should become inspired actions where we feel from within that we should do it. So whatever your desire to realize, if you feel the wish fulfilled with enough intensity, you will become inspired on how to go about it. I have proof of this every single day, and I've been living like this for a couple years now in general, and every time it works. Before I learned about this method, I realized I've been doing it unconscious even, but then it was less useful because I had no idea how powerful my feelings were and what role they played in the realization of certain goals at the time. But now I'm aware of it consciously, and I work with it consciously for a couple years now. Now I become full of the feeling as if my dream is already reality, and the inspired actions that come from this state of mind feel totally natural and logical. In fact, these actions are fun to take, since you can sense a deeper part of your own soul made you aware on how to progress in order to manifest your own desires. Now at first this can all be tricky to really see it as something logical, where you know what you want. Perhaps it's a wealth goal, a relationship goal, a career goal, a health goal. I mean, all these things, it doesn't really matter what it is, but if somebody tells you, well, don't take action, just feel as if it's already reality, at first it makes no sense that will make it happen for you, that will make your dream come true. But it actually makes a lot of sense if you consider what I just shared with you, because those feelings are what ultimately attract to you inspired ideas on which you can act. So these inspired actions, they feel like they are driven from within. They're actually driven by the Spirit of God within you, with acting with and through you. That's the beauty of this all. So don't take an action simply means that if you're not in the right mood, if you are full of doubts, even though you know what you want, if you're not feeling as optimistic, as positive as you should, even though you know what you want, then it's better to first focus on creating and magnifying that mood of fulfilled desires, because that will ultimately make it so that taking action is something that happens automatically. As he would say, you fall under a compulsion to make things happen, and then everything you do is being led from within by the power of your own imagination as well. That is how I go about stuff in my world these days, is when I know what I want, I don't really worry so much about what sort of action I should take. I just know I should focus upon the feeling of what it would be like if this goal that I'm after is now a reality. I once did this for relationships in my past, specifically when I wanted to date someone or wanted a relationship in general. I unconsciously, because this was all back in 2008, I unconsciously used this method by simply feeling that I was an attractive person. I could attract a girlfriend at a time. I mean, it sounds kind of silly for me to even talk about, but I would catch that mood already in my own way, and then it would compel and inspire me to do certain things, to go certain places, and I would indeed attract women into my life that were interested in dating me as well at the time. So back then I had some fun with it, but you see, I actually shared back then as well what I did with other people, and they had success with it as well in their own way, that they were attracting different people and more people into their lives that they could potentially date if that's what they wanted. The silly part is that I had no idea that this was all part of an actual metaphysical power that we could apply, and that's what Neville taught me. He made me aware that this was actually a power that could be used on any area in our lives, and ever since I've learned about it, I've been using it on my goals consciously and specifically in order to grow further into the realization of what I want myself. So you see, there's gonna be times when you don't know what to do, and it's better not to take any actions at all in those periods than to force actions, than to feel like, oh, but I should do something. Because what's gonna happen is you're probably gonna try to think up of doing something, but you perhaps don't know exactly what you should be doing to begin with. So all these actions are getting kind of silly at that point, because we're so trained in this society to take action, to act upon that dream. We're not taught as a society in general to first feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled, as he would put it. But that is exactly what we are supposed to do, of course, is to fill ourselves full of that feeling as if our dream was already realized. We feel that joy, that passion, that happiness, that joy that would be ours if our dreams were now a reality, and then we automatically become inspired to take certain actions in order to make them a reality. So that's the beautiful part about it. So with that all in mind, all you really have to do, if you want to figure out this mystery of taking action, is to feel the wish fulfilled and keep training yourself to do that every single day if you have to. It doesn't matter how long it will take you. And this is something I sometimes do for days in a row. I have to keep feeling as if my dream is a reality, and as I reach that point that I feel that it is a reality, then I automatically become inspired on things that I could and should be doing in order to make it happen. It's going to happen for you as well if you but become totally obsessed with reaching that point of feeling as if your dream is already true. So you feel as if you already have a wonderful relationship. You feel as if you're already rich. You feel as if you're already successful. And especially if you know something through which you want to become successful, then you especially want to start feeling as if you're already successful with that very thing you want to do. And as you catch that mood, as you magnify that mood concerning all these areas of your life, it will start to keep compelling you to do certain things automatically. And for me, I know as well that many times I'm compelled to do stuff that I didn't think of consciously at first. Like this, building this whole channel, all these videos, I didn't think them all up beforehand consciously. Like I have an idea of each and every video that I upload, But when I started this channel, I obviously didn't have any idea of all the videos I would be posting on this channel from the beginning. But all these ideas keep coming because I keep living from that mood of fulfilled desires, of creating videos that can inspire humanity. As many people around the world, I want to inspire them through these videos. And therefore, living from that feeling, ideas keep flowing into my mind on how to keep building on this channel. And that's the beautiful part, because then every video becomes an inspired idea on its own, and taking action on these ideas feels like inspired action for myself personally as the one who's making this video. And again, that's what's going to happen for you, whatever your goal is. You're going to become inspired from within, as long as you keep that mood of fulfilled desires alive and keep magnifying it. You do that by simply enjoying that feeling, staying focused on that feeling. Really play with that feeling inside of your consciousness and walk around in that mood, as Neville would say, and then watch what happens. You really don't have to stress out over it. Even if you don't have any ideas come to you right away, they will come to you regardless if you keep that mood alive. Maybe later today, or maybe tomorrow, next week, someday, as you're in that mood constantly, you will start to get these hunches and ideas of what to do, because you've attracted them through the emotional state from which you operate, because it's a very powerful energetic force, a magnetic force that attracts to you the inspiration and things and people you need in order to make your dream a reality. So that's how you want to go about taking action. It's not so much the physical action that you have to worry about. It's mostly you want to take action in the sense that you take action within yourself. The action meaning you learn to feel your wish fulfilled as if it's already reality. That's the only important action you should be involved in all throughout your life. And then let the rest take care of itself, because it will happen. You will fall under that compulsion and do whatever is necessary in order to make it so. You have to trust in the process, and you learn to trust in it through experience as you keep practicing and experimenting with this in your own life. Perhaps first a little goals, but then it becomes easier and easier to do it with bigger and bigger goals, and then you see the realization of all sorts of stuff happening in your world, and your life will be a wonderful journey. Now, if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing to receive inspirational videos on a regular basis. And with that being said, dear viewer, never forget that we are the dreamers.